So for these follow-up exercises, I wrote that Dave and I have a similar outlook and perspective when it comes to being a leader. One of the values that we have in common is treating ourselves and others with respect. It is important to treat others kindly and in a way that you would want them to treat you, as an equal. Treating others with respect will encourage them to listen to what you have to say, making it more likely for them to buy into whatever it is you are trying to achieve. Another value that we share is courage and humility. This is important because it takes courage to be a leader of an organization. You need to have courage to try new things, courage to make mistakes, and the courage to admit that you do not know everything. This allows you to grow and face new challenges that you may be afraid of because they're outside your comfort zone. A third value that I believe we share is passion and enthusiasm. A leader's passion is to help everyone create an environment where they're willing to put their heart and soul into whatever task is at hand. The passion of the leader sets the example for how others will approach their duties. Dave is very passionate about what he believes, and it shows when the people he is speaking to pay attention and genuinely want to put some practice into some of the principles he talks about. The leadership that best characterizes Dave is influential style, second by the dominant style. He's a very optimistic person with a lot of positive energy who tries to use his own hardships to help teach and inspire others. He wants to help people understand what their potential is and what they can do in order to achieve it. Dave enjoys going to the jails and other institutions where he can speak to people going through difficult times and hopes to motivate them to change aspects of their own life. He has a dominant leadership style because he is very direct when talking to people. He does not try to sugarcoat things when helping someone, and he expects to see results. If he does not feel that the person is taking the situation seriously, he will move on. He knows how hard it is to become sober and make lasting lifestyle changes, so he continuously challenges participants to try and bring the best out of them. When Dave interacts with the participants, he talks to them very honestly and direct. He is able to sympathize with them by putting himself in their shoes, but he does not give them any false confidence by telling them what they want to hear. He knows that what they desire is difficult to reach, so he speaks the truth about recovery and what it takes to be successful. Dave handles conflict through avoidance as well as accommodation. He has different approaches to conflict depending on the situation. He is willing to acknowledge others and back down in order to find a solution. He talks regularly with his peers and certain individuals who he looks up to for guidance. Other times, though, he likes to turn off the phone and go out on the farm where it is quiet and he's able to think. It helps him put certain things into perspective, and he also uses working out and fitness to help clear his mind and deal with the stresses of life. One of the lessons that I've learned from Dave is that in order to make improvements in your life, you need to be honest with yourself and constantly reevaluate whether what you're doing is benefiting or harming you. If you're not happy with where you are at, be honest with yourself and begin to make small changes and improvements. Another lesson I learned from Dave is that it is okay to admit there may be some areas in your life that need work, and it is okay to turn for others for help. So, for my self-reflection, I did the leadership test online, which stated that I rated highest in the steadiness leadership style. I enjoy interacting with and helping people. I'm a good listener and someone who people will turn to if they need help or advice. The strengths of this leadership style are patience, persistence, and thoughtfulness. The limitations of this style are uncertain and unpredictable situations or disorganized workplace. Out of the three leadership styles, I think that a participant who possesses the dominant style will be the hardest to lead. They prefer a fast-paced environment and are very impatient, and they may become frustrated with the pace of the group and start to work alone or try to rush other participants. As someone who avoids confrontation, I may have trouble trying to lead such a person. However, if I had to lead a person with this style, I would give them a little bit more freedom to work on their own and give them tasks that they could complete at their own pace. If I had an altercation, I would handle the situation with a direct and honest approach to avoid any type of arguing. I want to include the person in the group, but also need to realize that they may require some extra guidance or supervision. Of the 9 cultural dimensions, I feel that value I feel that I value performance and future orientation the most. I strive to make improvements in my life and encourage others to do so as well. I'm aware that mistakes are part of life, however, and it is important to use those mistakes as a lesson for growth. I believe that hard work is a foundation to being successful in reaching your goals, and that there is no easy way. It is important to look down the road 10 years into the future and try to visualize what occupation I want to have, where I should live, and the type of impact I might have on the people around me. Investing time now and striving to get better every day will help to ensure that you are in a better position tomorrow than the one you're in now. With the concern for the future and the drive to make positive changes and improvements to your life, there are many good possibilities that may arise from valuing these cultural dimensions. I believe that these cultural dimensions only partially correspond to my leadership style, and that they may relate better to a different style. I do enjoy helping people, also projecting enthusiasm and optimism, but I'm also very patient and not a fan of rapid or unpredictable change. I think that the cultural dimension that I value the least is assertiveness. I think that if you're a good leader and someone who takes action for the greater good, people will naturally start to follow you. There will be no need for confrontation or aggressiveness when dealing with other groups or individuals, unless there is an immediate threat to your well-being. My leadership style is optimal in a harmonious work environment, which is created in the forming stage. I also work best when there are clear and defined roles and a plan on how to attack the tasks at hand. I strive to provide good service and therefore need to have a methodological system where I can analyze each step of the process to ensure that I get the results I want. I feel that the accommodating approach to resolving a conflict best suits my leadership style. I try to avoid confrontation and work best in a harmonious and friendly environment. I want to put relationships first and try to maintain the peace within the team so that there is minimal conflict between participants. I will admit to making a mistake and realize that the success of the group is much more important than trying to make sure that I am always right or making sure everyone knows that I am the leader and in charge. For my personal mission statement, I wrote that I want to focus on improving the little things in my life concerning mind, body, and spirit so that I'm able to make a positive impact on my environment and the people around me. Hard work, courage, and respect are some of the values that I think are most important in reaching my goals, and that I hope to set a good example for young ones and the people who I interact with on a daily basis. Thank you for watching my video and listening to my Capstone project about my friend Dave Pons. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good day.